This week,
we safely look at the sun,
feature one of the most lovable math teachers,
girls soccer kicks off their conference schedule,
deep dive into the world of metals,
find out the best avocado toast in town,
rev some engines and autos,
and the outdoor theater opens.
All that and more on the Warrior Weekly. Good morning, Warriors, and welcome to this week's edition of the Warrior Weekly, presented by Warrior Student Media. I'm Ellie Machashik.
And I'm Maggie Machashik. This week, we connect with one of our favorite math teachers, make some saves with girls soccer, and drink some coffee at McHenry's new coffee shop.
But first, a joke. Hey, Maggie, what does the sun bring to the solar eclipse party?
I don't know, Ellie.
A light snack. Anyways, MCHS students learned about and watched the solar eclipse last week.
On Monday, April 8th, the U.S. experiences a solar eclipse. The last time a solar eclipse passed was in August 2017. Science teacher Stephen Levon explains how the solar event goes into effect.
A solar eclipse is a situation where the orbit of the moon makes its way between the Earth and the sun. So the light of the sun casts a shadow of the moon on the Earth.
Senior Kaya Jarosinski shares her opinion on Monday's early release schedule for students to watch the solar eclipse. Mr. Levon further elaborates on students getting out early.
I thought it was really interesting and fun. I think it's really cool to advertise it in a way, like so people are actually interested and excited to see it rather than feel like, oh, it's just something happening.
I'm glad to see that our school did that because I think it's such a rare event that I think people should experience it. It's just one of those things that I think that even if you're not a science person, it's kind of cool to watch it get darker in the middle of the day.
Senior Ison Sterlini voiced how viewing this rare event interests her and possibly others.
I think many people haven't been able to see a solar eclipse before, especially a total one or one that's close to a total one. So again, just being able to actually see like the totality of it or close to totality and seeing a shadow being cast, I think that's pretty cool.
Outer space is such a big place where many things happen, including these amazing events. Mr. Levon and Kaya share their out-of-this-world opinions.
You know, I realize that everybody's different and some people are just going to leave early, which is fine, but I hope everybody does experience it in some way. At least just kind of appreciate that this kind of event, like I said, it's rare, but it also kind of makes, you know, life seem kind of small.
Just knowing like that these certain phenomenons happen in like the universe, I think it's really cool to think about, knowing that, you know, we're not the only things happening, you know, there's so much more out there, and it's cool to explore that.
Hope everyone can safely watch the solar eclipse. Reporting for the Warrior Weekly, we are Cameron Mitchell, Alina Noel, Taylor Paulkey, and Mika Doe. Have a great week, Warriors.
Now, many of you know Mr. Meyer, the math teacher, but do you really know who he is?
Veteran teacher Jason Meyer has been part of MCHS Math Division for nearly 20 years. Over his time here, Meyer's goal in the classroom has evolved and adapted to benefit everyone involved in the math division.
Yeah, so this is my 20th year teaching in McHenry. I started in 2005, was my first year. And so definitely has evolved a lot, especially with COVID and everything we've been through the last few years. I've been a math teacher the whole time, but I spent a few years doing being a DLC, a digital literacy coach. So I help teachers with Schoology, help them make digital resources right as we were heading into the pandemic. So it was good timing for that. But I've been a teacher all 20 years teaching math.
Fellow teacher and once student of Myers, Michaela Mitch, explains the positive impact of his students on how he strives to set them up for success.
So Mr. Meyer is a really special teacher because he is exceptional with how much he cares about his students, their success, whether it's, you know, passing his classes or whatever, but he just wants to make sure that everybody tries, because that's the big thing that you're going to carry on forever. I think everybody in the math department knows that math isn't everything and you're not going to use it all the time. But Mr. Meyer just wants to make sure that people are successful all the time.
On top of teaching, Meyer is also working to gain his master's and dual credit certification.
So I'm working on getting my dual credit certification right now. It is challenging. Like taking grad level math classes is challenging. Luckily, I'm working with Mr. Lucas and Miss Mitch, and so the three of us, like we always tell our students, find someone to work with. So the three of us have been working really well together. But just knowing, like, okay, I've got to set aside a time on weekends. Sometimes I won't get to play maybe as many video games as I want, so I can take some time to study. But taking just one class at a time, it hasn't been too bad. I'm seeing the smiles on my students' faces, when they learn something after, they've struggled with a tough math problem, and then seeing them finally, hopefully understand it, just seeing that light bulb go off, or seeing students that maybe math isn't their most favorite subject in the world because math gets a bad rap. Maybe one day leaving class saying like, oh, I understood this lesson, or I like this lesson. Just little things like that. That's what keeps me coming back.
Meyer proves to be a leader in the math division in the school as a whole. People can easily connect and feel welcomed in Meyer's friendly presence.
He was able to reach not like the normal student. Like I say, he has a very, you see his classroom. He likes the comic books. He likes the Spider-Man and whatever else. I don't. I was a sports person and all that stuff. But he still found a way to have a relationship with me, and I think about that as much as I can, because I know I play video games, but I'm not, the big gamer. I try to watch basketball, but I don't really get it, so I try to hit those, or I'm not a theater person, but I want to go and see their plays and hear what's going on. So I would say that's a big aspect that he does for a lot of his students that I try to incorporate, that he does so well. And then I think why so many students love and adore him is he's just a great guy. Not just a great teacher, just a great person.
All around, Meyer's personality and devotion allows him to teach classes where students will thrive and have the opportunity for success. Reporting for the Warrior Weekly were Caden Bork, Maddie Spencer, Cameron Bork, and Riley Byer.
The spring sports season is in full swing, and sports like girls soccer are off and running.
Our varsity girls soccer team hosted McHenry High School last week in their first conference game this season.
Last Tuesday, MCHS's girls soccer team went head-to-head with McHenry High School. This was their first conference game with Coach Danielle Harloff and was a learning experience as they worked out their new team dynamics.
Tuesday's game was definitely a learning experience. It was our first conference game with a new coach, so we were kind of just trying to figure everything out. We had a lot of jitters, but I think it was good for us to learn. It definitely didn't go the way we wanted, but it was still a good learning experience.
And I don't think we performed to our best ability. I think Hampshire was a very beautiful game, and we just didn't perform up to that level. I think a lot of our team just got on each other, and we didn't play to our level, as I said before. So I think it could have been better, but I think it was definitely a learning experience.
The team has high hopes for the next season and is practicing to make improvements for their next game.
In practice, we've been working on a lot of teamwork and communication, and we've also been working on some set plays and just some of the basics like possession and passing.
Last season, the team won their regional championship. This season, they're working towards making it back to that game.
This season, I really just want to see us have fun and learn how to play together. It's my last season playing soccer, so I just want to, be able to win some games, obviously, hopefully win a regional, but really just be able to play together with the team.
I want to hopefully win another regional like we did last year, just to build off that momentum and keep that McHenry program strong, because I feel like McHenry isn't really known for our sports. So I think soccer, coming off the regional from last year, I think we can definitely get another one this year.
Girls soccer is looking to take their first conference win against Cary Grove tonight. Reporting for the Warrior Weekly were Kira Kearns, Madison Harvey, Layla Moreno, and Grace Mueller.
Jazz Band is hosting their Spring Jazz Club concert tomorrow night in the Upper Campus main gym. See you there.
Now, Metals is just one of the classes that you can take in the CTE pathway led by Mr. Thompson, where your student media dives into what makes this class so unique.
Metals is a class here at MCHS that includes manufacturing and welding. Mr. Thompson goes more in depth on what metals class is and what he teaches.
I teach students in metals class basic manual machining skills, blueprint reading and measurement, and I also introduce welding.
Metals has a wide variety of projects that they work on and events that they compete in.
Projects that they're working on is I have several hammers going. I have a lot of screwdrivers going. We are finishing up some CNC projects, and we will be also finishing up our TMA, which is a precision machining contest that we're in, and we're finishing up those projects.
Mr. Thompson explains how metals and manufacturing will set you up for job opportunities after high school.
There is a huge career in CNC machining and manufacturing engineering. There are more jobs than there are people that are actually qualified to do it. So this sets them up for a nice career, whether it's in engineering and manufacturing or whether you're just a CNC machinist. Big careers out there.
Sophomore Ethan Riska, a current metals student, shares what his favorite part about the class is and what he has learned most.
Favorite part of metals is got to be welding with Mr. Thompson. Probably just stuff that'll help me out in the real world, stuff that'll be more beneficial, something actually helpful in school.
If you're interested in joining metals, contact your counselor. Reporting for the Warrior Weekly were Marco Vizhnyak, Hayden Stone, Travis Coquinos, and Rylan Davis.
McHenry Downtown has added a new shop to their collection.
Toast and Roast, McHenry's coffee, brunch, and ice cream shop has now been opened up to the public. Warrior Student Media has a story.
Downtown McHenry just opened up a brand new cafe smack dab in the middle of Green Street. Welcome, Warriors, to Toast and Roast, a cozy little cafe sporting a plethora of menu items despite its small stature. Walking through the front door, you're greeted with a calm, friendly atmosphere, a perfect place for anyone looking to spend their brunch. Toast and Roast really sells you with their friendly staff and their inviting atmosphere.
I definitely think the idea of toast and roast is 100% unique to us. Like doing the avocado toast and coffee alongside all of the other options that we have is completely different than other coffee shops you go to. You know, normally they do like coffee and pastries, maybe like a couple breakfast sandwiches, but not a lot of people have like the expansive menu that we do. So we really pride ourselves in being that step above everyone else pretty much.
Manager Courtney Valdez shares her experiences working with other chains and how Toast and Roast is unique due to its expansive menu and atmosphere.
So I am a friend of the family. I have a lot of coffee experience. I worked at Starbucks for about 3 years, and I worked at another local coffee shop after that for about a year. So I'm pretty familiar with coffee in like the industry, restaurant business, stuff like that. So they brought me on asking if I would be interested in being a manager here. Honestly, like the experiences and like customers, I love talking to people and I love working with coffee. So getting to like meet all of you guys or meet new people in this profession is really unique for me, and I enjoy it that much.
Toast and Roast is open 7 to 3 Monday through Saturday, and then 8 to 3 on Sunday. Located right next to Jackson's on Green Street, be sure to stop by and grab a drink. Reporting for the Warrior Weekly were Jack Fisher, Vanessa Etherton, Alex Julio, and Lee McClellan.
Want to learn how to fix basic car problems?
McHenry offers an autos course where you can learn the fundamentals of car maintenance.
This week, Warrior Weekly takes a look into the autos class and what it's like to be in the inside of the classroom. Autos teacher Mr. Neerman talks about the good experiences students get with being in the class.
What I like about teaching autos is it's a pathway to many wonderful careers, high-paying jobs, and it's fun. I'm a car guy. I've been doing this my whole life, and couldn't think of anything I'd rather do.
Neerman talks about why autos is his favorite class and what students can take away from being inside of his classroom.
I do recommend everybody taking autos. Everybody should take, I think, foods and autos, those two things. Your automobile is going to be your biggest expense you purchase until you buy a house, and they're very expensive, so why not learn more about them? Pretty much everything. You know, we start off small and you keep building by autos for your mainly into advanced diagnostics and things like that, all the electronics of a vehicle.
Neerman talks about why autos is such an important class for the lifelong journey of a student.
Part, every day. The characters, these guys, they're just, they're fun to be around. The students, they want to be here, they want to learn about cars. You know, car guys appreciate car people. And even people that are just taking the class, I have a few people that are in classes that just want to learn about their car.
For any interest in joining the autos class, email your counselor. Reporting for the Warrior Weekly, this is Eddie Bacon, Dylan Olshansky, Braden Ferguson, and Danilo.
One of the staples of McHenry is our outdoor movie theater, located near the freshman campus.
After a facelift, the outdoor theater is opening earlier than it ever has before.
Located on Chapel Hill Road, McHenry Outdoor Theater's Golden Age Cinemas has been a huge landmark and attraction to the people of the county. This year in particular has been quite a change for the establishment, with the theater opening way earlier than usual thanks to some renovations. Owner Scott Dean elaborates more on the theater's renovations.
So last year we did a lot of renovations, a lot of improvements that were probably decades in the need of being done. Among the renovations, we added heat, and we also winterized, we began the process of not needing to winterize the projection booth so that it could function in the cold. So if there's nothing to winterize, there's nothing to get ready for the season. So really what it basically was we had a few more improvements this year, and then it was basically just cleaning, dusting, and much easier than it used to be. This is my 25th year here, and it used to take a good month to get ready for the season. We were ready in a week.
With the early schedule, it doesn't only affect customers, but the establishment workers as well. Dominic Sirioni explains his thoughts on the new schedule and the environment that the theater offers as a job.
I think so, because I think it's just another opportunity to work, and since it's not super busy, it's just it's nice to just get to know everyone before you get slammed into summertime. I'd say it's a very fun environment, and I'd say it's a good first job for anyone willing to break into working for the first time, and it's just a very good environment, very family-like.
Opening during the early months has caused some hardships. Dean goes into detail with how the process of choosing movies has increased in difficulty.
The only other thing that I would say is different from the summer is the movie selection. In the summer, you have the big blockbuster tentpole movies. There's good movies in the spring, and there's decent movies in the fall and winter, but nothing is like a big summer blockbuster. So I have to be a little more careful in picking my films. And there's many more gaps in a month where there's really no movie that I want.
Currently, the outdoor theater is only open on Friday and Saturday nights. However, once school gets out, it will be open every night. We wish for the best for the team and staff during this upcoming season. Reporting for the Warrior Weekly, we are Grace Summers, Dennis Turkan, Merrick Faust, and Aaron Duarte.
That's all for today's show. Be sure to follow the Warrior Weekly on all social media platforms, including X, Insta, and TikTok.
For Maggie Machashik and all of Warrior Student Media, I'm Ellie Machashik. Have a great week, Warriors!